Hello, I'm Trent, aka oTradeMark here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Reaper buff that happened in Anime Adventures Update 10.5. Is it good? Is it not? Watch the video and you'll find out. But first, I do have a bunch of extra Asta Mythic skins from the Christmas event, so if you would like to win one of these Mythic Angel Astas, really cool skin there. It also gives you like a blessing with it. That's pretty cool. If you would like to win one of these, go ahead and go to my Discord server, discord.gg/oTradeMark. Go into the giveaways channel and I will put a giveaway for 2 of these Mythic Asta skins so that you can actually have this skin and look really cool while doing it. But anyways, guys, let's try and get some Reapers on our units and check out the new Reaper buff. All right, let's see if we can get something on Aki. I just want to showcase Reaper, so I'm hoping we can grab Reaper. Yes. I was hoping I didn't have to spend many rerolls to showcase the new Reaper buff, and there we go. Reaper usually feels horrendous when you get it, but when you're trying to get Reaper, just to do a video and you get it within a few rolls, that actually feels good. So that's awesome. Let's go showcase Aki and show you guys how good the new Reaper buff is. Okay, so here we are in an alien portal. I have 2 units with Reaper on it. I'm going to try and showcase the Reaper buff here for you guys. Essentially, Reaper's damage, base damage increase was increased from 12.5% to 15%. That doesn't seem like much, but the main thing which it actually does is it makes the trait on par with Superior 3. So my biggest issue with Reaper was that it was actually worse than Superior 3 versus non-bosses, right? Now it's essentially equivalent to Reaper 3, or excuse me, equivalent to Superior 3 versus non-bosses, and with the 25% damage versus bosses, that's going to give you about a 43.75% DPS increase versus bosses. So it's like Superior 3 plus, you know, the bonus damage is nice versus bosses. Let me show you guys if I can kind of let's get con on these Akis real fast. Let me just make sure I'm not leaking back here. I have a Metal Knight in the back to actually cover air. And then let's talk about, so Sonic is basically good. He's like an undervalued unit because he's good in numbers, right? So he's not great by himself individually, but if we get, let's try and max out our placements here. If we do this and then put a whole bunch of Sonics right next to each other, his power is in his 5 placements, right? Okay, so we got the Sonics down. Let's go ahead and let's work on our Aki damage a little bit more, because Aki, honestly, for most units, Reaper is still not going to be worth going for, in my personal opinion. If you're free to play, yeah, go ahead and stop on Reaper, because it's basically like Superior 3 with an extra bonus. But if you have like a lot of rolls from your Cake Pass, and you're rolling on something like one of the meta units like Metal Knight or Boros, I probably would not actually stop on Reaper. So, you know, if you have a significant amount of trait rolls, try and go for something a little bit better. Celestial or better is where I would aim for most DPS units. Now, the one exception to this rule is Aki. Aki performs exceptionally as a boss killer because his ability to actually target, to change his contract to the Cursed Devil. When he has his big AoE con damage circle, he doesn't do bonus damage, but when he goes to his other form, I'll show you guys here in just a second. Let's try and let's get some more upgrades into this. And then once the boss comes out, I'll actually switch to Cursed Contract Devil, and we're gonna set these 2 to let's just set them to strongest so that they're attacking the correct unit. Let me make sure I'm not leaking back here. Okay. And then we're also going to get these air winds up to the 2K upgrade so they can actually buff our units around. You actually don't need 3, so I could sell that one. I'm just going to keep it there for now in case I accidentally buff at the incorrect time. But here we go. We got the boss coming up. And as soon as the boss comes into view, I am going to switch to the smaller targeting area. There he is. So let's switch over to the curse contract, curse devil. And then let's pop our air winds right here. And then we're going to pop our other air wind right here. So now watch this. Okay, so when Aki starts attacking in, he does have the nail relic. He's going to start stacking this triple buff. Now, did you see three crits were applied to the buff, and then he consumed that crit, and look how much damage he does. He does like a third of the boss health in one swipe. When once he consumes that actual skull passive, it's like his ability basically. Every time he crits on an individual unit, a timer's or like a counter's going to go up on there. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. And on the fourth crit, it's going to consume that skull, and it's going to do an additional like 200% or something true damage. So you can see that he's a great boss killer. Aki is contract Aki. And it's very important that if you are going to keep Reaper on someone like Aki, that's a crit unit, that you do go and farm the nail relic while it's still available. The nail relic can be purchased from Makima by doing the contracts, the Devil City portals. And I'll show you guys the relic real quick so you guys can understand why it's so good. It's basically the nail relic is giving me both physical damage, so just a base like 2 to 5% physical damage. Then it's giving me 10 to 20% crit chance depending on your roll, and 15 to 30% crit damage. Okay, so it's a very good relic for any unit that crits in the game. Aki, Toshiro, any physical damage unit that crits. So that's what I'm running on my Aki, and it was pretty funny that we were able to roll Reaper in such a short amount of rolls so that we could showcase it. Again, Mythic Reaper, it's not going to feel good, honestly, when you roll it, because it's like Superior 3 with an additional bonus. I would keep it on Aki, but overall, I wish they would have made it just slightly better than Superior 3, maybe like a 20% damage increase, because Reaper is still kind of objectively the worst mythic trait. Okay, I mean, it is the most common, so I guess that makes sense, but I would have liked to see it have like a, like a 20% DPS increase on average versus non-bosses, and then, the increased damage versus bosses. But like I said, it will manage okay on like a boss killer, someone like Levi, someone like Aki, or even any of the physical crit units. It would do okay with nail plus targeting bosses. Unfortunately, we don't have a boss target mode yet. Maybe it will come in the future, but for that reason, usually I choose to set the targeting mode on these units to strongest so that they will attack bosses. That doesn't always work though. Once the boss is low HP, he might switch off, especially on like a boss that summons like mobs. He might switch. But anyways, got that, guys. That's the new Reaper buff. It at least makes Reaper not feel horrendous, especially if you're free to play, you're going to keep it. But for the most part, I think most players are going to want to go for something just a little bit better. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here.